To understand Wycliffe, you really need to understand the history, the politics, the sociology of the period. The 14th century was a century of drama, of tumult, of confusion. There was the beginnings of what was later called the 100 Years' War between England and France. So Wycliffe comes to the fore at a time when society is experiencing tremendous tensions, religiously and societally.
14th century society compared to the modern world was much more communitarian. People's identity was much more connected to their village and to their parish. There wouldn't have been the kind of mobility that we understand today.
The one part of society in England where there was upward mobility was within the church.
So there would have been a deep sense of religious community, even within areas of life that we might not immediately associate with anything ecclesiastical. A medieval guild, for instance, of coppersmiths, let's say, would have had a patron saint, and they would have gathered for the feast day of that saint. So in that sense, everything was thoroughly shot through with religiosity. And indeed, a king would have seen his first role under God as a Christian ruler of a Christian people.
Not being a Christian is not an option. It is a requirement. It's a part of the society. You can't even think of yourself as non-Christian.
The very idea that the universe might simply be nothing more than matter itself, with no great cosmic unifying divine principle, would have been foreign to a medieval Christian.
Most people didn't even doubt things that ordinary people doubt today, because it was a completely different worldview.
Our worldview today has been dominated by 300 years of post-Enlightenment thought. We talk about a worldview, but actually there's a multiplicity of worldviews. In Wycliffe's day, the worldview was actually very simple and very straightforward. God was the sovereign Lord of all. He had delegated dominion to the Pope. Life was lived under the dominion of the church, and there was this general consensus up until the middle decades of the 14th century.
There were questions of unbelief. There were people who were accused of not believing in the Trinity or something like that, but that was very rare, because that meant you simply were refusing to fit into society. It was a Christian society, absolutely. A Catholic Christian society.